Mamanu ndicho mamanu ezumezu mamanu amaluku mamanu abalanta mamanu ndiche nwoko ndiche nwanya mamanu membo balike mama amado hekelele mu biko anya bịala ịmụ ha ọmụmụ gbasara chi ụwa agwụ isi n'otu na-eji ara ya agwụ isi asị m biko ndị iche anyị kwukwala kele adịghị lezi ọ bụ okwuru na ya na-aga ikwu unu bịanụ bịa gbaa ama n'ihi na ọ bụ unu ma kebụl ezi biko ka aha anyị kara adịghị lezi unu kwuchie anya ọnụ ọ kebụl ezi ka asị m emepe ụmụ obi mkpụrụ obi ndị mmadụ wee wata kebụl ezi soro chilokwa o dịrị ezi n'aha nna na nwa na masị isi. Okay, good evening, brothers and sisters out there, my viewers out there. I have come this evening to bring you a wonderful episode as promised about the institutionalization of AGWU ISI I. Institutionalization of AGWU ISI I, whereby in Igbo language we are Erunyabu. Now, AGWU institution. I have discussed with you sometime that AGWU ISI I is part of the ministering angels of the fourth element. The ministering angels and ministry spirit of the fourth element. In my previous video, when I want to explain AGWU ISI I, and these ministering angels and spirit of the fourth element is what the pastors, the churches are using to operate today. And now, in the culture, we have discovered these things. And I want to explain further before you the AGWU ISI I institution using the rock. The rock, this is just a kind of, it's not a rock, but it's a representation. But I think I have a rock there. This is what is called rock. You can see it there, okay? The rock, so this represents the rock, okay? The tree, or the wood, or the tree, this represents the tree. And then the material, physical, or the philosophy of man, this represents the philosophy of man. And all these things are in the culture. So I'm going to use these three different elements before you to explain AGWU ISI I institution one by one. Okay. The God comes from the rock, or the spirit comes from the rock, or the power comes from the rock, or the egg comes from the rock. You know, the universe we are into called Earth is a rock. We are inside a rock. That is why in the principle of the gospel, we are affirmed to stand upon the rock so that our feet will not be moved. So if this rock is identified, as shown in the video, is identified to be the God, the product of the God, which is this rock, as a Aja Babu Bishin Kuma. Aja, the earth, is the hair of the rock. That means I am using Igbo language now to interpret and then teach you. Ase ala bo aja na bo abu bishi nkuma. That is to say the earth we are standing on is sitting upon a rock. All right. Or in other words, the earth is the product of the rock. That is to say, if the earth is Abu Bishi Nkuma, that is to say that the Nkuma itself is the earth, the rock is the earth, and then the hairs of the rock is now the sand, the earth we are marching on. Out of this rock comes water. Out of this rock comes life. Out of this rock comes honey. Out of this rock comes every other element. Now, the element that the rock push, which is the earth, that you and I is standing out of this earth now, you and I is made. Right? Okay. Now, I'm using this to explain something so that you understand this AGWU ISI institution. Now, in that, you and I will become a product of the earth. That is to say, man is the rock. That was what Jesus Christ called Lazarus when he says, Lita, Lita, Nkuma. They said, it's Talita Kume. No. Christ spoke Igbo. He said, Lita, Lita, Nkume. Not Talita Kume. Or Lita, Lita, Nkume. And that was why he rose. Because he used the language he understands. Okay, let me not digress from what we are coming today to discuss. Now, the seed, I repeat, the seed, which is the spirit, the seed of the rock, which is the spirit that lives inside the rock, comes out the wood. Do you understand my explanation? I did not say the spirit is the wood or the tree. No. I said the seed of the earth is the tree, while the seed of the waters, as may be called from above, is the stars. So the star, each star represents a tree on earth. Now, the stars that made our light on earth here is the AGWU. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Now let me take it from another direction. The spirit element and ministering angels is what form AGWU. They are now in AGWU is what the Lord meant by tree of knowledge and of good and evil, and then the tree of life. That is, AGWU is of two types. Now you see our people, when they tell you, come and see my AGWU, you see one carved wood. Now in our culture, it is believed that the God we call is that carved wood or the tree in that AGWU position. No, it is not it. In our culture, it is believed that the rock is the God and the power that we, as we libate and put in the rock. It is as if the rock is whom we are talking to. No. I am coming gradually. You will understand this AGWU civilization. Now, in the chematology of Igbo culture, you have this three things. The rock, which is from God, origin. The tree is also from God, but man has carved it out as an image for himself. And then the iron. These three symbols mean a lot in Igbo culture. And those meanings is what I want to teach you towards the AGWU institution. Let me start with the rod. There is one thing in Igbo land called Oji. Oji is a rod that every spiritual man in Igbo land carries. When he hits it on the ground, it makes noise. We call it Oji. Now you can see Akwaokoti Warake. You can see other dibias or native doctors that carry that thing as Oji. It is made up of iron. But they don't know the meaning of what they are carrying. Now, they went and do magic under invoking an element of spirit on top of that iron and design it as if that iron is the God they carry. And before they do anything, they will pin the iron and then begin to libate or talk. No, they have projected the spirit in that iron. That is magic. That is look more and see less. It is not our culture. Now let me tell you the meaning of Oji. Then if you understand what that Oji means, you will know that Oji has been there from the beginning. Now listen. In this Oji, it has four Oja. 4x3 Oja. That thing, those things that make the noise as they hit it on the ground, make jam, it make that noise. Is that those are the bells, four bells each. These 3 bells represent the 12 disciples of Christ, and the iron represent Amadioha and his 12 disciples. That is what the symbol stands, of which our parents hope for, the man that is powerful that will come who will establish 12 apostles on earth. I want you to know how long our fathers knew about religion before it came. That now you cannot tell me that they are evil men. They are not evil men. But the people manipulated the knowledge of our fathers to make it look as if it's evil. Now we have left the right thing and doing the wrong thing in the culture. And that is what we want to correct. Now, Oji, any dibia, like a Kotiwarake, that tell you the Oji is the power he is operating with is fake. That is rubbish. It's nonsense. It does not exist in Igbo culture. That thing you see he's having as Oji, now decorated with all kinds of clothes on top and carry as an iron, that is the evil spirit we are talking about. That is that dangerous spirit we're talking about. Walked by, that is the handwork of man. Thou shalt not worship any engraven image or anything like unto it. For I, the Lord their God, I am jealous, visiting the iniquities of the fathers unto the 4th and 5th generation. This is the people. They have erred. That thing is not what we worship, but rather it is a symbol of order in the culture. That is what our fathers made Oji for. And now, whenever we are coming out for anytime our real native doctor carries it, he serves as the authority of the master with him. Oji is Amadioha property. Any dibia holding Oji that does not know that Oji is Amadioha property is a fool. He's an idiot. He's not a dibia. He's not a native doctor. He should tell you how Oji come to exist. I'm telling you now how Oji came to exist. Oji is the property of Amadioha, representing his son Christ and the 12 apostles he will bring. That 4 jinx at the 3 representing the 12 apostles. Ask a dibia if he can explain that for you. He does not know it, but he's carrying Oji, claiming that he has power with Oji. Now, when we go for traditional display, what we call Ebamang, sometimes in the culture or tradition of the Igbo race, we have this cultural exhibition where we come and exhibit our culture onto form. Now you see people, they will bring this Oji, they will pin the Oji. That is where they keep their spirit. Those that believe that they are doing culture, they live culture and was doing magic, they will put their power in the Oji and pin it. You will hit them with knife, it will not enter. You will shoot them, it will not enter. While in that display. But we in our own man, when we come, we do not have Oji that we trust on. But we carry Oji as the authority. So the dibia will carry the Oji. It is only the word of mouth. Now use his Oji, that is the authority, and point at that Oji they pin there. You will see as he was talking and pointing the Oji, that his talk will bend that iron. That is that like this is my staff. If I come to such an arena where you do the magic, I point my staff at that Oji and command the Oji. The Oji, that iron, this iron will bend. That means Abajigom the Oji. Because it's magic. It's not Amadioha own. Anything you do to them that time, it will enter. That's how we win them. Because they don't know property who owns what it owns. Amadioha owns Oji. So when you go to RC Okeja, they carry Oji. They tell you, no, it's Amadioha that is there, another of his child. I tell you, all spirits are called Amadioha. As far as you are a prince, a princess in the spirit cadre, you are Amadioha. You are the son and daughter of Amadioha. So that is Oji. That is what Oji stands for in our culture. Oji does not stand for the magic they are using it for. Like Akwakoti and Co, who doesn't know the value of the Oji, and they misuse it and turn into a wobble instead of doing nominal. Or follow up here one day. That is number 1. I have explained Oji, what Oji means in Igbo culture. Now they have turned Oji to be an evil element. Where they, when they come, the Oji is the spirit they carry around. No, that one now that the spirit is in that Oji he carries around is magic. It is look more and see less. They do all kind of evil work to kill people, to destroy communities. That is who they are. The real Oji, you will not see those cloths. It's just Oji. But it's as powerful as anything because who? It is Oji Amadioha. We call it AGWU Amanze. If you pin it, bam, on top of it only here, you will see a cock. A cock is the design. Follow the cock is the 4 bell. The center 4 bell. Before the end, a feet before the end, the 4 bell. As soon as you put it, bam, the authority of that 12 apostles and the Master Christ is what you are holding. No other authority is above it. You see, our fathers knew about this thing before time. In as much as you hold it as a priest of Amadioha, you know the chant to do that brought the power of the Oji. Because they are not in the ordinana, they don't understand the chanting. Now they go into concreting a spirit on top of the Oji and claim it is the spirit that is the Oji. You see where our culture was misunderstood. Oji have passed. So that one is a philosophy of mine, trying to display the character of spiritualism which he saw into physical manifestation. That is what Oji stands for. So Oji is not AGWU, number 1. Number 2, the tree. I have come to the tree. The tree, when you go to our fathers, sometimes you come in our shrines or in our temples or where our fathers do rituals, you will see a tree. You will see some image. They will create these images and put there. Now, it's an open place. When you come, you will not believe that the wood you carved there is what they are worshiping. These people has made a mistake and begin to worship idol. Because the line of culture and idolatry is a slippery line, very tiny. If you don't understand it, you see yourself the other part. But if you understand it, it is pure as anything pure. That is the culture. The culture is as pure as anything pure. If you understand it, is a very tiny line. That white tiny line in the middle of rainbow is the culture. Every other one is color. So, if you don't understand the culture, you will end up worshiping Arosa Perape, an engraving image in the name of culture. Now, lie you fail. Now, our fathers use this thing as the tree to represent the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And now, that place that tree is designated is just a designation point to fulfill all righteousness with the earth, not the tree that's standing there. No, but the tree is that was placed in the time of AGWU is the covenant money, that is covenant designation point, where you say here is where I will sprinkle the blood of my sacrifice. Here is where I will serve you my guardian angel, because the AGWU ISI is the guardian angel. Now you can only institute AGWU ISI when you have a calling. Now AGWU ISI helps you to heal. It shows you roots, herbs, or AGWU ISI lang. Or we AGWU Ekechinyo. AGWU ISI. AGWU Chiowa. Ekenyene. Now, if you are called to labor as a native doctor, if you are called to labor as a native doctor that you are in the Ghana, which native doctor has to do with spirit-oriented services, because we have 7 types of native doctors. All native doctors are not the same. We have 7 different types of native doctors. So it depends on the calling of your nativity. It will determine the kind of AGWU ISI rite that will be performed to you. Our fathers, in their own ideology and their own level, use the tree to represent the tree of life standing, to tell you that the AGWU ISI is of the tree of life, not the tree that they worship. Now that tree of life becomes a designated point to feed the spirits. If you can baptize for the spirit they eat food as you human being, they eat food too. So this place is where I will be feeding you my guardian angel. Some of us, In the way we feed our guardian angel does not mean until we pin institute AGWU ISI I. No. The only person that is required to institute AGWU is he who has been called to labor as a native doctor. If as a child of Amadioha your calling is not to labor as a native doctor, what you will only do is to fulfill the rites and ceremony required of you of AGWU ISI, and you are okay. The AGWU ISI now turns around to be your guide in inspiration, in knowledge, in aspiration of duty, to bring out that thing that you are. But you might feel it's because pastor pray for you. No, pastor doesn't have right to pray for you for anything. There is nothing pastor can offer you. It is that your spirit, now him be the AGWU ISI, that our fathers discovered that we must appease for things to be as we want it, without being zigzag. Since we stop it, you can see how the world is. We have deviated from that culture, and our children become useless. Those you see succeeding are those their fathers prepare their way early for them. They will not die young. If you like, let the world turn into two. Now lie. He says, since I was born till now I am getting old, I have never seen the children of the righteous bake bread. Inasmuch as you honor the spirit of every kitchen, every household has it. As far as you honor it, you will be rich. Go and ask Adeleke. If you don't think so now because Adeleke, he become rich because he was a businessman. No, he was favored by the spirit of his fathers. Go and ask him. He has his shrine, even though he didn't tell you. We call it shrine. That is what Oyibo man told us to call it, so we can degrade it. But it's the temple where the spirit dwells. There is no rich man that doesn't have it. So this thing that our fathers now do is now what the white man bring in to make our boy begin to have secret altars in the room, which is witchcraft, which is evil. But our fathers were doing it open. It was evil before everybody. But they still give you the same methodology into your room and tell you to have altar there. It is the same AGWU ISI you are instituting in that room as an altar, but in a very wrong direction. Because white man way is the best, black man way is evil. Do you understand now? Now, there are other types of every dibia of Amadioha. Any native doctor that stands for Amadioha, it is the rock that he works with, not the wood. The iron there is the symbol of the authorities that Amadioha operates with. Whomsoever carries the OG carries the authority of Amadioha, not scepter. Scepter is different. What I'm having in my hand is a scepter of authority. Now, OG is not a scepter. OG is a staff of authority. It's a different office altogether. Now, I have my own OG. And my own OG is not the spirit. If I come now and pin my OG and tell you how my spirit, the person is a liar. Is deceiving you. That one that they use cloth to design and is the manipulator spirit that can kill an innocent person. Open the law, and you're talking the law, and you're bundo menala. No menala became manipulation. All who my cable maclabulation. Witchcraft. Obia be war. Obanjo obia be war. Let them fool in the churches, all the spiritual homes, I have gone now. They are all Obanje, and the witchcraft spirit. Now they fool the whole church. From the BMO, Winaso, Redimo, down to the list, all are Obanje and the witchcraft spirit all through. No one is good there. So the calling of God is limited. Now, one of these spirits, what the spirit can give you is material possession. And that is what they are using to attract you and I. Whereby the God you have is the God that owns all this material possession that you are going to fight for somewhere. Making you to believe that belonging in their society or in their group makes you strong. It is a lie. They have nothing to offer you. They have nothing to offer you. Other than they want to take from you. So AGWU ISI, if you are not a dibia, a native doctor, called to heal with herbs and roots, They don't institute tree of life in your place under AGWU ISI. Now, you now can design your temple with anything you want to design your temple with. You can choose to go and carve your own image and keep in your temple, saying that what you want use as a contact point. That is your business. So the arrangement of your temple does not mean those things there is the spirit. No. It's not, the spirit is not there. The spirit comes and go. But you have a place where you do your work. Does not mean those wood and the rock there is the power. No. It is to fulfill all righteousness and to place the symbolic act of the culture before you. So that when you are doing your work, your eye will be single to the glory of God. That is the meaning of one eye. An eye single to the glory of God. But they come and deceive you, say, it is a cult, it is Illuminati. Now lie! There is nothing like that rubbish. Ask the Illuminati to tell you where they give him money. You will not see anyone. But they will use it to advertise and deceive you. I'm a Mason. Someone came to me and began to use the Masonic symbol I know to deceive me that he is Illuminati. But I'm in the Masonry. There's nothing like that. In fact, it is all about learning. I was born in Rosicrucian under Amok. I grew there up to 9th temple degree before I leave Amok. Amok taught me a lot. Masonry is all about eating my money. They have nothing to teach me. It's about eating my money and other groups. The Oboni people use this iron. They tell you is the god of iron. That there is nothing like god of iron does not exist. It's just those kinetic energies. They now come and sacrifice a dog. And I told you why we use dog to sacrifice. Even the right people use dog. That dog is what you see. Now what Amati or that iron the Yoruba man they claim. Now some Amati or in the feed. One of the Amati or her children them. Now him be what the Yoruba man says the god of iron. That gone rubbish nonsense. What rubbish nonsense. That's what they will use to deceive them. They go to when they say they will not die in accident. Anything that iron do cannot hit them. Yet many of them die in accidents. They will come and tell you because their hands is not clean. There is nothing like God of iron anywhere. Iron is made by man. There is no God there. It is out of the rock this iron is made. Out of the rock, iron is made. There is no God of iron. These are all kinetic culture of Igbo man that they misdirected and confused the world with it. So we have come back to correct it. To tell the world that our culture remains the key of all solution. We are the Igbos. We are not less than what we are. We are the beginning and the end. We are the Ofuta Obie. We are the yes and the MM. Go and research. There is no other culture. Every other element that the whole world is using for their whatever useless cult and group all over the world deceiving people, all are part and parcel properties of Amadioha. They pick in pieces and use it to do whatever nonsense they call culture. We are restoring our culture. And our culture is the foundation of all religion. The bedrock of life is the culture of Igbo man, the true culture. And that is where I stand. And that is the message Amadioha have sent me to come and teach you. That AGWU ISI is not evil. Neither AGWU ISI is the bad one. AGWU ISI is the ministering angel and spirit of the fourth element. The first element, the Father. The second element, the Son. The third element, the Spirit. The fourth element, the ministering spirits. That's where AGWU ISI come from. They are like the seed of different trees that grow upon the earth. So I don't know the tree of your own AGWU ISI, whether it is guava tree, whether it is mango tree, whether it is pear tree, whether it is oka tree, whether it's ogrishi, whether it's avoshi, or I don't know the tree that your spirit sprang with. That is the AGWU ISI. So if you are not a dibia, if you are not called to be a dibia in the culture, he give me buge momina ala agwu settle agwu. Okay, room ma he okay. Anywhere you are, you can call friends and kill goat and kill chicken. Share with them. That is how you feed your spirit. Acknowledging that he exists. Anywhere that blood touch, as far as you have performed the rite, you don't need to begin to institute AGWU ISI I and put 3. No. All you need, anywhere you are, be it in London, be it anywhere in the world, you buy your chicken, you buy your goat, you anything, call your friend and make a party. In the name of your spirit, they rejoice with you and eat. Your spirit have eaten. But our fathers, in their own kinetic level of principle, say, if not on these 3. Do you understand it? Now, we have grown to understand the principle of the 3, and then the carved image in the altar or in the temple. If you go to Roman Catholic altar, you will see St. Peter, St. John, they all carved them on wood and keep. Mary Magdalene, all are carved on wood. But the difference between us and them is that we sprinkle blood on our own, but the church does not sprinkle the blood on it. It looks as if we are doing differently. It is all the same thing. The goat you take to the church, where do they kill it? On the earth. The goat you give to the church, where you kill them? On the earth. So I don't know the difference. I don't know how my father's religion to become evil. This is what I want to clear. That we are the best of all religions. Out of Igbo man religion of Amadioha sprang every other cultural religion. I have researched. I have known the truth. Amadioha is the king of kings. Amadioha is the God we are looking for. He gave birth to all. He told me that if there is any other way I can find a God, that is his children, his son, his king, either his son or his daughter. That is why he is their king, that he is their father. Oh. And he has sent me to come and clear this air before you. If you like, you believe. If you like, you don't believe. In as much as you are a man and Igbo land, you need a temple or your altar where you pray. The same way you get up in the morning as your church, begin to sing and clap and say you are making morning prayer before you go out. I come out with my drink. I will not sing, I will not clap. I will only talk and talk finish and throw away the drink and go. You have prayed your own, I have prayed my own. How is my own evil? How is because I gave a drink evil? But you, that is clapping and displaying people, is not evil. So this is where we are. AGWU ISI institution. If you are not a dibia, you don't institute AGWU ISI. It is only when you are a dibia you institute AGWU ISI. Where they now bring the symbol of the 2 trees, the tree of life and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. These 2 trees will be there. That is Ogrish and Avosh, where you always see. That's what these 2 trees stand for. As a living God. Now, other kinetic principles now go, instead of putting the tree, then you go and carve an image and put. Now, when you come, you say that image is what they are worshiping. They look at the image there and pour drink. That doesn't mean they are worshiping the image. They are not worshiping the image. But then, that is another line altogether. I'll now come. I did not use wood to mold the image. I use sand to mold the image I want. And libate there every morning. It is a different line of the culture altogether. Ihe anyị na-eme bụ ihe mmụọ. Onye a na-achụkwara aja bụ oke mmụọ. Ị na-ahụ na mmụọ anya mba. Now, how did they arrive at the image? Sometimes, Kamanu visited me, and I have seen the image he came with. And I might now come and say, let me call an artist, come and mold something like this for me. This is something I saw. And in the name of Kamanu, I always go there and then libate for Kamanu. Now, Kamanu in my heart, when I now see that, hey, I believe he can be there. So anytime he wants to go and take what I give to him, he knows where I used to keep it. Does not mean that that image there is Kamanu or that is the power. No, it is not it. So I want you out there, my brothers, who says you are in the culture, try to understand the culture using your Bible. Bring your Bible into the culture. You will understand it more perfectly than neglecting the word and going into the practice. You will end up being a witchcraft or an Obanje person in the same line of the culture, but you might not understand it. At the end of the day, you end up destroying yourself and your entire family lineage. They have to suffer for years, generations. So let us begin now to correct these things and make peace with the gods of our land and with Amadioha and all the Ezenwani meanings. I repeat, the Ezenwani that has snake on his snake is Ezenwani Obanje. It's not Ezenwani of our culture. Hear it now. Hear it now. The other Ezenwani too, he does not have snake on his neck. But the snake is a messenger always following him. It's different too. I have seen all kind of Ezenwani. So I don't know the Ezenwani that is swelling your head out there. Be quite careful. Embrace Amadioha, and then you will find the real spirit then that will walk with you. Then your eyes will open. You can see what ordinary man cannot see. You can understand and comprehend the divine wisdom being revealed to you. That is the mystery of God. And I will stop here. I love you. Subscribe with us. Eastern Youth Network. It's a Amadioha movement where we teach our culture. And you will not regret. Whatsoever question you want to ask, please reach us. Either by call or by means of internet. But let me say this one last statement. The month of New Yam Festival has come, August. From the 12th of August, I will begin to perform the rites of Iriji to all spirits. Then Amadioha himself will eat his own yam on the 24th of August. That is the day the King of Kings, the father himself and his wife will eat yam. Until I finish these ceremonies, I cannot taste new yam. So from the 12th of August to 24th of August, which will end in the night of 24th of August, this ceremony will end. It is called Black Day Celebration. It is our New Year. It is this same culture that Islam called their New Year because they learned from us. Our fathers taught Muhammad. I am not lying. I have the record. The secret box, the black box of Islamic is what I'm sitting on top here. It is a symbol of our culture. I know what it is. One day I will teach you too. We taught them. My fathers taught Muhammad. He visited them. I have the record. Before ever Muhammad began to was strong. So what are we trying to say? We want to correct it. We want to spell out who we are as Igbo people. That we appear and not what we have been tagged with. I wish you well. I love you. Always subscribe to this channel. This is where you learn the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Mobs may combine, armies may assemble, colonies may defend, but the truth about Amadioha will go independently, nobly, until the work is done. I am Dr. Charles ISI Amanze, the convener of the Eastern Youth Network, High Prince Ugochi and the Amadioha in the flesh. I love you. Keep on with us. Thank you very much. God bless you.